So today we are back at 100 Palm Residences, and this is a top performing project, sold out all the units on the first day of launch, and in today's resale market, a highly sought after project as well. This is in a great location up close to an upcoming MRT and also resort style design, and if you're curious, they do have more than 100 palm trees in this development. So we are checking out 3-bedder over here, 958 square feet, high floor, super well renovated, and if you're curious, let's jump straight into it. So before we start off proper, for those who are not familiar with this project, 100 Palm Residences is an EC that just MOP'd not long ago. So this is a 99-year leasehold project, very great size, about 531 units that start from 3-bedder onwards. We have 9 different 3-bed layouts here at 100 Palm Residences, grouped into 3 main types: 3-bed plus yard, 3-bed plus study plus yard, and finally the 3-bed plus utility plus yard. Let's break down the differences quickly. The bigger than 1,000 square feet layouts share one common factor, a larger balcony, whereas the 958 square feet layout has a squarish-shaped balcony, good enough size to house a dining set, space-saving layout, no long entrance foyer, utility and yard tucked away at the side with a big ventilation window at the end. So this is an ideal layout for families who are looking for something that is space efficient but not compromising on livability. So as we step into the space, you'll be greeted with this sense of coziness, homeliness that is very intentional in the way that the owners have designed the space to be. In terms of color theme, they've chosen a darker blue, as well as a lot of wood accents that you see through the vinyl overlay in the living dining as well as the corridor. In terms of built-in furniture, you realize there's not a lot of built-in furniture, and that's again intentional because they wanted the space to be flexible, and this is also great for you. Let's say you are someone who wants to build in your own furniture as well. And if we head to the dining space over here, so this is interesting because over here is where you have a little bit of an open shelf, and for the dining set, what they did was they did a 6-seater dining table over here. They did a dining bench and with storage underneath. Lighting wise, this is actually a designer light that they brought in from overseas because they really wanted to accentuate this dining space. As we head into the living room, again, you know, the same dark blue has been extended all the way to the living space as well. False ceiling has been done for the entire living dining space, and you see that in terms of lights, there are 3 main types of lights that they've done here. They've done the functional down lights over here. They've also done track lighting at where the open bookshelf is and where the curtain track is. In terms of the TV setup, they've just did console table. Again, this is not built in. Very big size TV here, and even if that is included in the space, it doesn't feel small. Again, because the space feels very open and very cozy. You've got a good size settee over here, and as we head out into the balcony, they also did a composite decking for the balcony. This is a good size balcony. It is quite squarish in shape. You can put in a dining set over here, and that will help to kind of relieve more space over there if you choose to do so. So this is actually south-facing, and we are on stack 24. High floor unit, so there is an unblocked view over here. We are facing away from the main facilities of the condo. We're also facing away from the main Yio Chu Kang Road, so this is more of a quieter facing. And on a clear day, you can actually see the Singapore Flyer. South facing, no west sun, plenty of wind ventilation that goes through the unit, and very quiet over here. So heading on to the kitchen, I think this is a really good size for a 3-bedder over here. Most of the kitchen hasn't been changed from what was provided by the developer. What they did change was the backsplash. They wanted something consistent with the theme that you saw in the living dining area, something that is a bit more calmer blue. So they went with this new backsplash instead. Gas stove over here with the hood and a good size for a fridge on this side. Where I'm standing is actually the start of the yard. Initially, if you look at the original floor plan, the yard area doesn't have any built-in furniture here. But what they did was they wanted to put in, kind of extend the kitchen counter all the way to the yard space. So they actually found the same laminate that was used by the developer for the rest of the kitchen, and they did the same thing for the yard areas. And you've got a separate washer and dryer over here, and opposite is where the WC and utility room is at. The utility room is actually quite large. I think good enough space, let's say for example you're a family with a live-in helper, because it does have a ventilation window at the end. So location-wise, this area also has the upcoming Serangoon North MRT to look forward to. That's a short walk away. For now, the nearest MRT would be Hougang MRT. That's about 5 bus stops away. Very well connected to CTE and KPE. In terms of malls-wise, we have options in the Hougang area like Hougang 1, where there's a FairPrice supermarket there, options like myVillage in Serangoon Garden, and further down there is Next. Further upwards, there's also Seletar Mall and Sengkang Grand Mall. So hawker options, we have Ci Yuan Hawker Centre, Chom Chom at Serangoon Gardens. This area also has plenty of primary schools within 1 km, Hougang Primary School, Rosyth School, Xinmin Primary School and Yio Chu Kang Primary School, and we have another 6 primary schools within 1 to 2 km. So all in all, I think this is a very central northeast address that's a really great pick for families. So this is the first common bedroom. It's currently used as a nursery, but this can definitely fit queen-size bed if you want to. All these wardrobe cabinets were provided by the developer, and flooring was also original, so not much done to the room. Kind of a clean space for you to just do whatever that you want. So this second common bedroom is currently used as a study. What they did was, so there's a bit more built-in furniture in this room. So you've got an entire bench along the windows, and there is 4 main storage drawers, quite large, a lot of space over here. And what they did was they also built in like a study table. The way they did this is because they wanted a more clean look to the study. They built this with the intent of having a more streamlined design, so they chose, just very neutral colors for their settee as well as the study table, and a little shelf here as well to display all their sentimental items. Again, you have your wardrobe on this side. Again, this is also provided by a developer. If let's say you do need this to be converted into an actual bedroom, then perhaps you might have to kind of hack this away, but otherwise I think this is a good space to kind of do it as a study room. So common bathroom wise, tiles wise, these have not been changed as well. What they did was to change the shower area. So they changed it to a more chrome rimmed glass windows, huge ventilation window at the common bath. You've got the mirror at the sink where there is also storage behind, storage at the bottom. This again all provided by developers. So this hasn't been touched much, but I think it's still in relatively good condition. So before we show you the master bedroom, let's talk a little bit about the numbers. 100 Palm Residences is one of the newer projects in an area that's not seen many new projects over the last few years. There is your neighbour, that's Regent View, that TOP in 1999. That's almost 20 years before 100 Palm Residences TOP. And prices there average about 1.3 million to about 1.4 million, 1002 to 1003 PSF. The Waterline, it's a freehold boutique project, about 100 plus units. TOP 2013, 3-bedders there are already asking around 1.8 million for 3-bedders without the utility and yard area, PSF about 2005 to 2006. Novell Park, another freehold option built in the 1990s, have also non-renovated 3-bedders asking for 1.9 million to 2.2 million at a 1.2 to 1.3 PSF asking. The closest comparison would be Affinity at Serangoon in terms of the age of project. This is a new project, just TOP last year. 3-bed with utility at 1,152 square feet, already asking at 2.2 million at a 1,910 PSF. You also got Garden Residences, TOP 2021, 3-bed plus study asking about 2.08 million, 1,788 PSF for a 1,163 square feet unit. And if we compare to new launches in the OCR area, Lentor is already asking around a 2,426 PSF. So this renovated high floor unit is asking below 2 million at 1.95 million, which translates to a PSF about 2,035. So this is a good disparity to new launches in the OCR region, and also very competitive as compared to some of your 3-bed plus utility options in the area, which are all above 2 million. So this is currently a queen-size bed setup over here. So what they did was they created a headboard over here complete with its own side tables. The reason why they went from a queen-size bed is because they wanted kind of a larger bedside tables on both sides with still a lot of walking space at the area, but you can go up to a king-size bed if you wish to. You've got big wardrobe cabinets on the other side of your master bedroom, and you've got a little pendant light over here. Very simple setup for the master bedroom. Again, in terms of color scheme, very similar to the rest of the house as well. They really like blue, as you can tell. And if you look at the master bathroom, what I like is that huge doors over here. So this also changed like what you saw in the common bath. Instead of going with the plastic doors that the developer gave, they changed it into kind of black rim glass doors. Big window at the side of the shower as well. So if you've seen some of the other units, you realize in terms of the setup over here, it is quite different. They've completely hacked that away to kind of create this little space here. You know, this feels like kind of a bit of a hotel setup. Nice pendant light framing the entire space. In terms of the taps and all that, they also changed it to be more matte black instead of the chrome kind that is usually provided by the developers. Just again, you know, just making the bathroom look very, very different from what you usually expect in many other 3-bed units. So if you're in the market for a 3-bedder, look no further. This 3-bed plus utility plus yacht at 958 square feet is a unicorn in today's market. The good thing about having utility and yacht is something that's very highly sought after in today's resale market. So you've got layout efficiency over here, the added accessibility of an MRT that's coming right up, and also good stack that has unblocked facing, and you can even see the Singapore flyer as well. So if you want to have a look at this space, our details are just down below. Contact us for a viewing and we'd be happy to walk you through it. Thanks for sticking to the end of this home tour. Do remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm Nicole, Property Lim Brothers, always happy to show you the place. And we'll see you in the next one. I say again? Again? Okay, I can. I'm nervous. Okay, and let's check out the master bedroom. Let's go! And then we're done. I think with this kind of master bathroom, you might be spending a lot more time here than expected. Okay. What's my starting? Yeah.